Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and welcome back if you are flowing with me again. Today's class is a 45-minute slow, spacious, full body class and it's part 10 of the series. And it's a class dedicated to slowing down. It has longer holds and a mindful attention to breathe. So physically we will move the whole body, but with less intensity and heat in the flow. So a great class when you're looking to decompress, de-stress, move a little slower in your body, and an opportunity to close your eyes and really experience your practice more deeply. No props required. And if you like the class, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you would like to support me creating and posting each week, I'm on Patreon. All the details are in the description below. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. And begin your practice coming into your comfortable seat at the back of your mat. Take a few moments to place yourself so you feel open and grounded. And then settle your eyes closed or take a soft gaze if that feels best. Invite your legs and your hips to relax down, the top of your head to float up, so there's a natural space that grows in your torso. A feeling of levity in your upper body and space for a deeper breath. Take 2 or 3 natural cleansing breaths, whatever feels intuitive. The kind of breath that offers you a release might be a longer exhale, a sigh, or just a quiet, intentional breath. And for practice today, our focus is on slowing down and freeing our whole body from any tension, congestion that may have accumulated from physical, mental, or emotional stress. And in order to slow down in a meaningful way, we need to get the cooperation of our nervous system. And the most effective way to do that is to change your breath. As you begin to settle, one of the first things you can observe is that the rhythm and quality of your breath is always reflective of the quality of your mind. By deliberately manipulating your breath, you can affect the nervous system and initiate a response and directly impact your experience. In today's practice, we'll breathe an even breath, also known as sama, vritti, pranayama. Sama means equal, and vritti means flow or rotation. Establishing this breath rhythm now. When it feels natural, take a breath in for the count of 4 and exhale for the count of 4. Honouring the natural pauses between your breath and practicing now at your own rhythm for the next minute. And you can adjust the breath count higher or lower if that feels better, but just try and maintain an even ratio. Just aiming to take this breathing pattern with you now as you move through your practice. Finishing your next cycle and then gently blinking your eyes open. Make your way into a child's pose, Balasana. Folding your knees, taking your buttocks to your heels and reaching your arms forward, resting your forehead to the floor. Take 3 measured breaths, a steady, equal breath in and a steady, equal breath out. 2 more. Allowing your breath to soften your inner body, sharpen your mental focus. Preparing to transition, next inhale, glide up onto all fours. Feel for that space between your breath and then press back, downward facing dog. And we're here to pause about 10 breaths. As you arrive, just offer your legs, your arms, hands and feet a little movement to stretch out. And then as you're ready, invite yourself to hold still, except for the movement of your breath. And feeling its slow metronome beat moving through your whole shape. You can soften your gaze here, unhinge your jaw. And then take a soft bend in your knees, walk your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat. Coming into Uttanasana, take a generous bend in your knees, hold opposite elbows. And then take a little sway through the torso. And roll through the soles of your feet, heels to toes, toes to heels. Then settle. Let your head fall heavy and feel how your breath responds in this shape. The movement of your torso expanding and softening over your thighs. Breathing a steady, equal breath in, moment of pause, steady, equal breath out. Release your hands to the floor now, coming into Malasana Yogi Squat. Toe heel your feet wide to the side edges of your mat. And sit down on the back of your calves. Bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. And please modify or change the shape to suit your knees, your ankles. If need be, keep your seat a little bit more elevated here. And then as you press your palms, spread your collarbones, open the chest, gently moving your ribs inward to encourage your spine to lengthen. And then allow the weight of your pelvis to fully descend. Take 2 more smooth, even breaths. At the end of your exhale, release your hands to the floor and walk your hands forward. Come into a plank pose. You're just taking care to place yourself, fingers spread wide, hands under the shoulders, front body engaged and lifting lightly, firming down where you touch the ground. Take 3 equal breaths. Inhale here and exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, even breath out. 1 more breath. As you exhale, lower to your belly. Touch down, walk your forearms forward with Sphinx pose, bringing your elbows a little forward of your shoulders, shoulder width apart. Press back and spread all 10 toes. And then let your incoming breath trace the back seam of your body from your heels to the back of your skull, extending your shape. Then take an equal breath out, follow its path back down the back of your body to the edge of your heels. Just feeling your breath moving through you, creating space in your body, your mind, with your presence to your breath. On your exhale now, release toward the floor for locust pose. Swim your hands behind your back. You can keep your arms free or interlace your fingers. On your next in-breath, lifting and opening your chest, raise the legs as you send your hands back in space. And then integrating your breath into your shape. Your breath might quicken here. Can you keep it even and steady? On your exhale, release. Hands by your chest. Press back to your child's pose, Balasana. And just feel the energy of your breath settle, staying present to its wave and rhythm. And the more you can make contact with that feeling, the better the feedback will flow to the rest of your body. It'll make your movements more controlled, stable, and strong. Take the next few breaths to make your way into downward facing dog to transition. When you arrive, a full cycle of breath. End of your exhale, travel lightly to the top of your mat. When you arrive, inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold. Rise tall to stand, circle your arms overhead. And exhale, hands to prayer at your chest. Moving through 2 rounds of sun salutes now with cat and cow, and integrating your sama vritti breath, even and equal. On your inhale, take your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, step to plank pose and pause there. Stay with me. On your exhale, child's pose, knees to the floor, buttocks to your heels. On your inhale, glide up all fours and arch your spine. On your exhale, round your spine, push into your hands, your shins. Arch your spine, cow pose. And exhale, hollow your belly, come into cat. Neutral spine on your inhale. Looking forward, chest forward, and then lower to the floor. Feel for your in-breath to lift into a low back bend, Cobra, Bhujangasana. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Eyes forward on your inhale. Bend the knees and step, top of the mat. Open and fold with your breath. No rush, rise to stand. Prayer hands to your heart. Second round, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward, Ardha. Exhale, step to plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, child's pose, knees to the floor, buttocks to your heels. Inhale all fours and arch your spine, soften your belly. Exhale and join your spine for cat. Once more, breath to movement. On your inhale, neutral spine. And on your exhale, lower to the floor. Greet the pause between your breath. On an inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 full, even breath. And if it feels comfortable, close your eyes. Feel the energy of your breath steady, your mind quiet. On your inhale now, slowly raise your right leg up and back. Down dog splits. Exhale, step the right foot to your hands. Left knee touches down, low lunge. Letting your in-breath cue your movement, arms overhead. And then settle and pause. Feeling your breath move three-dimensionally into your lungs, the front, sides, the back of your lungs. Interlace your fingers overhead into a fist. Hug your arms to your ears. On your exhale, side bend to your right. Listening to your own internal rhythm of breath and letting it inform how far you reach. On your inhale, come back to center. Exhale, moving into the half splits. Release your hands under the shoulders, rock your weight back as you straighten, lengthen into the back of your left leg. Steady, even breath in and an equal breath out. Even breath in, equal breath out. Breathing in, and on your exhale, lunging forward and stepping back, downward facing dog. Either pause here or take a slow flow through your Vinyasa. High push-up on your inhale, lower to the floor. Cobra and downward facing dog. The left side now, inhale, raise your left leg up and back. On your exhale, step your left foot to your hands, right knee to the floor, low lunge. When you're steady, reach your arms by your ears. 3 breaths. Hands interlace overhead now. And on your exhale, side bend to your left. Grounding yourself fully in your present moment and experience, using your breath as a guide. If it's smooth and easy, you've just found that sweet spot, integrity, harmony. On your inhale, come back through center. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman, half splits. Move towards straightening your right leg. Take a steady breath in and an even breath out. 2 more. On your exhale now, lunging forward, and we're stepping up, top of the mat. Open on your inhale, fold and release on your exhale. Rise with your inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, this time hands to your hips. Let's take a moment to pause, noticing any subtle shifts in your body, your mind. And transitioning into tree pose, vritti, begin balancing on your right foot. Spread out through the sole of your foot, your toes. Then raise and set your left foot to the inseam of your right leg. Once you set, maintain a mindful attention to the flow of your breath. Direct your gaze to a steady point of focus. Moving into chair twist, left foot steps down to greet your right. Motion your hips down and back. Take a breath, hands to prayer. And then twist to your right. So orienting and refining your shape in line with your breath. Can you breathe well in the shape you've made? Or would an open twist make more sense for a free-flowing breath? Just finding your version. On your exhale, forward fold over your legs, release. Inhale, breathe your chest forward, halfway lift. On your exhale now, step your right foot back for pyramid pose. 2 straight legs, ground your right heel to the mat. On your inhale, take a halfway lift, square your hips forward. Exhale and fold over the midline of your left leg. And that left leg could have a little micro bend in it. Just taking some calm breath, even and steady. Softening your head heavy toward your shin. Your expression and jaw relaxed. And as you linger here, just start to explore your experience, perhaps the sensations you can feel are pulsing with the beat and rhythm of your breath. Maybe the sound of your breath is amplifying, fading. On your inhale, lift up halfway, make space, bend into your left knee, and if you can, step the right leg through and take a seat, or just find your way there. We're going to come into reverse tabletop. Bend both knees, feet to the floor. Then set your hands to the floor behind you. And on an inhale, lifting the buttocks. And here for 3 breaths. Feeling the tone, quality of your breath's rhythm. Even when the shape's a little bit more effortful, can you regulate its pace? On your exhale, lower your buttocks to the floor and extend both legs forward, taking Paschimottanasana, forward fold. When you're ready, reach your arms by your ears. And then empty your lungs as you forward fold, 3 even breaths. And release. From here, make your way up and over your legs or around your legs. I'm going to step back to downward facing dog and we'll flow. Come forward to your high push-up. When you're ready, greet the shape with a breath. And then exhale to the floor. Low cobra. Downward facing dog on your exhale. And just notice as you practice this clear, even breath, how more relaxed and present moment oriented your mind becomes. And how your breath is so closely linked to your nervous system, your experience. In essence, what asana is for the body, pranayama, your breath, is for the mind. And your breath is really the manifestation of your energy or prana moving through your body. Take one more cycle of breath. End of your out-breath, make your way to the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift. Exhale and forward fold. Rise now, come to stand, grow long. Hands to your hips as you breathe out. And the second side, we're balancing on the left foot now, tree pose. Raising your right foot, sole of the foot to the inner left leg, here for 5 breaths. Once you have your steadiness, just notice if you can grow the crown of your head a little taller. And then release your right foot down, coming into chair twist, hands to prayer, take a breath. And then twist to your left. Linger here. Steady, even breath in. Equal breath out. Keep breathing. And on your exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. And then exhale, step your left foot back for pyramid pose. So shorter stance than the warriors, about 3 foot. Lift and open on your inhale. And then fold over your right leg on your exhale. Just taking the next few breaths to refine your shape. And you can use your breath as a gauge there. So you can explore turning your left hip forward slightly as you draw the right hip back. And then feel for pushing evenly into your feet. Invite yourself to be calm and still, welcoming your breath through your shape. Go ahead, re-lunge your right knee, make some space, and if you can, take the left leg through your arms and come to a seat. Settling your hands to the floor behind you, and then straighten both legs in front of you, preparing for East pose, Parsvottanasana. It's reverse plank, and you can take tabletop reverse as an alternative here. Lifting on your inhale. And as you go, roll your inner thighs toward one another. Send your toes toward the floor. And if it feels comfortable, if you haven't already, gently open the throat as you tip the gaze back. Pressing the ground away where you make contact. And then exhale, chin to chest, slowly lower to the floor. Now flex your toes back toward you, reach your arms overhead. Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Connecting with your breath. And then release. Making your way back to downward facing dog, however makes sense for you. And then you can take a flow if you'd like to keep moving. Or just pause and savor the rest and your breath. And final standing flow now. On your inhale, raise your right leg up and back, down dog splits. On your exhale, step up to warrior two. Land and seal your left heel, rising up with your unhurried breath. And then settle in, find your stride, tidy up your shape. So you're opening your chest through the reach of your arms so you can experience your breath more fully. Take your hands behind your back now, interlace your fingers. On an inhale, straighten your right leg, turn your toes in, face the long edge of your mat, take a breath, lift your chest, and on your exhale, forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. So feel free to put a little bend in the knees there. Make sure that the back of the pelvis is lifting, front of the pelvis is tipping forward. And from here, we're going to take a twist. Take your fists toward your outer right hip behind you. Then keep the back of your left hand in place. Release your right hand or fingertips to the floor. Lengthen up halfway so your right arm goes straight like a post. And on your exhale, twist to your left with your half bind there, moving your left shoulder back in space. If it doesn't bother your neck, send the gaze up to your left. Take one more breath. On your exhale, hands to the floor, fold, drop your head heavy. Inhale, lift up halfway on the fingertips. Exhale, this time hands to hips and rise all the way up to stand. Preparing for triangle pose. Float your arms wide, turn your right toes to 12 o'clock. Then firm your leg muscles, bump the hips to the left as you reach forward and down. 5 breaths. You can experiment with perhaps just softening the left side rib cage down, give you a little bit more space, length through the undercarriage of your torso. Then moving into side angle pose, Parsvakonasana, bending into the right knee. You might like to lengthen your stride and then circle your left arm overhead. 5 breaths. Keep attending to the breath, going only as far as your breath is deep and even. Take one more breath. Exhale and release. Reframe your right foot and we're going to step the left leg through to take a seat. Setting up for Janushisasana, head to knee fold. Right foot to your inner left thigh, like a seated tree. Left leg straight, toes flexed. Inhale, slow, arms overhead, a little pause before you fold with your exhale. And your torso shadows out over the midline of your left leg there. 5 breaths. And then walking the hands back, crossing the legs or spinning them around to the side, cycling back through a vinyasa here. Or step back, take downward facing dog, and we'll all meet up there. Final side. On your inhale, raise your left leg up and back. On your exhale, step up, warrior two, left foot to your hands. As you come upright, center your spine in between your hips. And then level your hips. So allowing the right hip to drop a little and then give a light squeeze to your right glutes. And allow the left hip to lift a little as you track your left knee forward. Just pause and breathe here. Even and steady. And then take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. On an inhale, straighten the left leg, turn your toes in. Take a breath, lift your chest, and then exhale, forward fold between your wide legs. Just feel the shoulder blades merging in toward the midline of your upper back. Then lift the front of your shoulders up away from the floor. Let your neck grow long, your head heavy. And then we'll twist. Take your fist toward the outer left hip now and keep your right hand in place. Release your left hand to the floor. Lengthen up halfway so your torso comes parallel with the floor. Hold it there and then twist to your right, moving your right shoulder back in space. So you send the gaze up to the right. And as you look away from your lower body, can you keep a spacious awareness of the legs, the arms, and your breath moving through your shape? Take one more breath. On your exhale, hands to the floor and fold in, drop your head. Inhale, lift up halfway. On your exhale, hands to hips, and then rise all the way up. Moving into Trikonasana, triangle. Arms go wide, left toes point directly forward, then reaching forward and down, taking 5 breaths. Try not to lock out your front knee. If you need a little micro bend there, if you find it hard to engage your quad muscles. Just keep bringing an awareness into your whole body. And then moving into side angle pose. When you're ready with your breath, Parsvakonasana, left knee bends. Then circle your right arm overhead, and if it's too much for your shoulder, just take the right arm straight up toward the ceiling. It's finding an integrity in your own shape. And freedom for your breath to move. Take one more breath. Exhale and release. Reframe your left foot, and we're stepping the right leg through to take a seat. Janushirasana. Fold your left foot to your inner upper right thigh. Flex and straighten your right leg. Then take the arms overhead, grow long through your torso. Exhale and forward fold. And you're welcome to take a few mindful breaths to arrive here at your edge. Don't need to touch your toes. Hands can rest either side of the legs. And again, in all your forward folds, just making sure that the back of the pelvis is lifting. Front of the pelvis is tilting down as you extend forward. And then gently lifting away from the floor now, we'll move into pigeon pose or Z legs from here. Keep your left leg forward, sweep your right leg either halfway back, drawing right angles with your legs into the letter Z, or extend the right leg all the way back behind you, coming into half pigeon. Take a few moments to position yourself. Find comfort in your knees, your hips, your spine, and then fold when you're ready, bowing down toward the floor. Taking this time for yourself to breathe mindfully. And when you do that and you attend to physical tension in your body just by moving your body, oftentimes it unravels much of the mental momentum from which it was born. You're just nurturing and nourishing yourself here. Last few breaths. And then walking your hands back toward you, press back to a downward facing dog. Give yourself a few breaths to pedal and stretch, move and sway. And as you're ready, take the right knee to the back of your right hand for pigeon pose or Z legs on your right, your version. And just softening that space between the shoulder blades so your shoulders drop. And then walking your hands back in, press back to downward facing dog. Last one for the class. Just balance out there, recalibrate through the spine, at the back of your knee, breathe. Give everything a bit of length and space. And then rest your knees to the floor. We're going to bring our feet around to the front of your space. Grab any additional layers or props you may wish to have with you as we ease into our cool down and rest. And setting up for a bridge pose when you're ready. Just one here, feet to the floor, heels quite close to your buttocks, hips width apart. Rest your arms alongside your body. Take a smooth breath in. And on your exhale, lifting the hips and lengthening through the front of your chest. Supporting yourself with a light squeeze to the base of your glutes. Lift to the hammies. Steady breathe. Just taking 2 more here. And then releasing down. Take a moment to pause when you land. Then gather your knees in toward your chest. And coming into happy baby pose. When you're ready, catch a hold of the outer edges of your feet or the back of your knees. Soles of the feet point up like they're holding the ceiling up. And then you draw your knees down toward your armpits without any over effort there. Just take a little rock side to side. Massage your spine. And then just begin to breathe a longer out breath now. Signaling to your nervous system that you're winding down. And then release. Unraveling, stretching out now, coming into final rest. Extend your legs long, your arms wide, palms up, Savasana. We'll take the last 2 minutes here to relax all effort. Inviting the shape of your body to land your breath into a slower, more shallow cadence, a softer body. So you're just simply savouring your breath as it is now. Encourage your body to relax and open into the space around you from your head all the way down to your toes. And just linger here, letting your breath pool softly in your belly. And I'll be back to guide you back. And gently drifting your attention back. Breathing a deeper breath. When you're ready, wriggling, stretching out through your whole body. Bending the knees, feet to the floor, rolling out to your right side. Fluttering the eyes open, let the light in toward you. And then gently drag your way back up to sit. And thank you so much for joining me for your practice. I'm hoping you're feeling super relaxed, calm, present, ready to step into the rest of your day. Namaste.